Oh my goodness. You know what? I think I'm going to get these other cards. Give them a ruffle shuffle. And I want to do a read on these pay-for-play pardons. So, Trump has pardoned drug runners, pedophiles, money launderers. After getting money, one of them $2 billion that was funneled to his family, and he pardoned a guy that was paying Al-Qaeda, etc. But Todd Blanche sees nothing wrong with it. Okay, nothing wrong with these pay-to-play pardons. Whether they're letting out pedophiles, drug runners, big drug traffickers, money launderers, etc. So I want to give these cards a good ruffle shuffle. And we'll look and see what they have to say about these pay-for-play pardons that's going on. I mean, there is just endless corruption by this administration. Well, yeah, Trump has the right to pardon whoever he wants. And the guy comes back and says, well, you can't pay for pardons. So Blanche is, of course, dancing around the issue as usual. So the reading's about, what he's trying to get away with. The theft, the takeaway, pay-for-play pardons, the theft. He's getting paid, releases them, funnels the money to himself and his family. So coming into it, ruled by emotions, energy, the cup. Above it, we have facing a loss. This could be Democrats looking at it as well. And the foundation is what he's juggling. Monetary-wise, what he's juggling. Above it, he's facing a loss. He's trying to get away with it. And the energy coming into it would be Democrats, etc., looking at what he's trying to get away with. Pay-for-play pardons. So what's going on now? Looking at the harvest. The money he's got coming in. And the criminals he's releasing. And the criminals he's trying to, again, give these pardons to, and even trying to pardon himself, which is not going to fly. Okay? So the challenge is, again, this mentality being ruled by this mental state. Above it, we have Republicans, or we have this whole foundation of wealth, power, etc., with the foundation of what's taking place in the world or how it is fueling his world. Potential outcome with this is the truth coming out, Queen of Swords. Looking at the truth coming out about his pay-for-play, pardoning criminals, and absconding with money. Here's the outside influence. It's all about money, cash. 9 of Pentacles. The truth about the money he's getting paid. How much he's making off of this. The criminals he's pardoning. Above it, what's being overturned. Looking at losses by Republicans for what they keep overturning. And the foundation is the desires. Okay? The desires in the world for the money that they're juggling. Okay? What they're trying to get away with. Energy coming in, Democrats, etc., looking at this. So what's going on now is the harvest. The challenge is the mindset. Potential outcome is the truth, and the outside influence, it's all gain for money. Okay, what they're lining their coffers with. So let's see what's driving it. We're looking at the long-term ramifications of pay for play. We're looking at Trump specifically, okay? A victory. Looking at the leadership or lack thereof, the emperor, he who would be king, what's rapidly moving. Again, the ideation's moving along. We want something better. The wheel is turning. We're looking at the actions in hand being done. New information coming out. Concrete messages about the money. We're looking at justice. The struggle, the argument with this. And Blanche and the rest of them are even more getting pushed to the edge, having to defend what they're doing. We're looking at the past payoffs, etc. Epstein and the past and the payoffs. More messages of information are coming out. Again, more messages about what they've been trying to feed us. We have the devil, the drama that's taking place with this administration, the tower moment that's following it. When it comes to his attempts to control from the White House, but becoming ever more just enmeshed mentally, tied up with the things that are still up in the air, and we're looking at what's being offered up with the evidence we have in hand, where things are moving when it comes to this ongoing abuse of power. We're looking at what's being handed out when it comes to this family charging forward, wanting to get to the truth. The lid is coming off. All of this stuff is being pondered. We're looking at what's coming in. The message about the actions. These are the choices they've been making in life. And what's being shared now about the things done by dark of night. And they are charging forward with this action, looking at this new cup, the ongoing nightmare of what they keep trying to birth. But what's gaining strength is this new things coming out about the monetary stuff, investigations into the actions they've been trying to control, looking at more experts and bringing them out in the cold when it comes to their manipulations. There is an agreement with this coming to its conclusion, the swords coming out, information pinning them down, which is mentally, physically painful. What's being worked on with their greed and standing guard, gaining strength when it comes to what's being built, and the burden of the lovers surrounding that are trying to temper this and make it retreat into what they're hiding, again, what they're blocking, and trying to figure out the next move. There will be a new action, results in judgment and an end point because of the light coming out, and they will have to walk away. Okay? So that's all the cards. That's the whole of it. So yeah, they are, again, investigating this, questioning it. More is coming out about the corruption. Again, RICO running a criminal organization from the White House, and those that are enabling it. Bondi, Patel, you know, all the rest of them. So he can put in his lackeys all he wants, those that are going to do his bidding, that think they're really slick and they can get away with it and bamboozle and talk around the issues and run it in circles. But people are not stupid. And again, this is being looked into more and more and more investigations. And when the Democrats get in and take over the House, the Senate, and they lose in the oncoming big elections as well, there will be a long time before a Republican ever gets voted in. Okay? Because there will be a lot of changes made. This pay for play, pardoning criminals as long as you can line your pocket, trying to set up this criminal organization and then pardoning everybody. Yeah, you think you can run RICO, you can run a criminal organization and then say they're all free to do whatever they want and no, there will be no consequences. Think again. You know, and they think they're going to get away with this. Think they're going to get away with this. So, what's going to be the absolute outcome of this in the end? Messages coming out, information, evidence in hand about their corruption and the control of the actions. Okay? Evidence in hand when it comes to the monetary corruption, etc. It's all about the wealth. The wealth and an ending. Okay? Whether this action is the ending, giving pardons for wealth, or whether this is the end of that whole situation. Yeah, because we are fighting against that. That's what's going to happen in the end with this. Above it, we're going to bring in some temperance, some balance. There's going to be a lot of pushback, okay? And above it, what's coming into America, what's being birthed in America. We're struggling, we're looking at the nightmare that's ongoing with it, and we're going to move rapidly. At that point, charging forward to take action. Okay, so it's not going to go well for them in the end. We're going to take actions when it comes to the nightmare of this pay for play and running a criminal organization and thinking they can get away with, say, well, no harm, no foul. Okay, you can't touch us. You can't touch anybody involved with it. But yet, all bets are off when it's RICO, when it's running a criminal organization. That's like the mob boss coming out and telling the police, well, you can't touch us because I say you can't. Well, I don't give a rat's ass if he's sitting in the White House. He stole the election to begin with. Okay? And more is going to come out. More and more is coming out. Like I said, he's going to be taken down because he's running a criminal organization. And when you're running a criminal organization, you can't come in and say, well, you can't touch us. I'm going to sign an executive order. I'm going to go behind the scenes to give myself a pardon. Yeah, well, no, you can't pardon yourself if you're a criminal. Okay? Good trick if you could get away with it, but you can't. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.